back again to my YouTube channel. We are making the part 2 of questions and answers. So let me see what we have here. What kind of glue do I apply and where can I purchase it? So actually the kind of glue is animal glue. Fish, rabbit, and animals like from pig to cow and whatever, okay? The very last one is the one which is pretty dark, and they use all the things we do not eat, and they just put it in, they boil it, and it becomes quite dark brown, and I don't like to use it that too much. I prefer this. The rabbit skin is very light, elastic, and strong. That's why I love it. And it doesn't smell too ugly. And I take it from Crema Pigmente, which is in Germany, in Europe, or in New York for Americans, okay? And the fish glue, I like actually very much these very, seems like amber pieces from Japan. I get it from Osaka, from my friend Okada-san from Tatsunoya. He always gives it for free. It's very nice, but it's very strong. So, too strong. I wouldn't use this Japanese glue now, just only that one. I just like to one part of this one and 2 parts of the rabbit skin. Okay, this is I think a good mixture. It's really strong and I don't have any problems anymore that things are loosening up and. Okay, question number 2 of today. I have a question: why the violin makers don't make varnish inside? If the aim is to protect the wood, why they don't make varnish to the inside? Yes, okay, this is yeah, that's true. Actually, violin makers love to have their own secrets. So they start using eggs and then with some honey and propolis and all these kind of things. And years ago, I always thought, this is all crap. Now, after years and years, and after the nice book from Stradivari Varnish, which was written by Peter Greiner and Brigitte Brandmeier, I know that you have to have a preparation on the instrument itself, which is a very thin layer of protein, and I use inside as well this preparation, since I think it gives you just a certain preparation of the wood, which is pretty good. So in a way, yeah, when you ask why we don't varnish it, I think most makers who only make their own master instruments make something and prepare it. On the other side, it could also be that if the preparation, the wood is too perfect, then the sound post tends to slip away on the back especially. It's true that a shiny surface is projecting the sound better, but inside you don't need to have this projection of the sound. Next question, which is number 3 of today. Number 3, Vincent Oliver. Why is the violin varnished after the fingerboard neck is attached? The fingerboard and the neck is attached. I would have thought the belly would have been varnished first. This is a good question. I could make a whole video about it, but just to tell you, not everybody is actually varnishing the violin when it's all fitted together. The great makers of the past, where the instruments were only Baroque instruments, the fingerboard was much shorter, about 2-3 centimeters shorter, and there was also more space that you could go to varnish it underneath. Didn't actually varnish the belly of the top underneath the fingerboard, they just varnished around. Nowadays, for many years, people always took off the fingerboard and then they varnished everything in order to have it very nicely varnished. So this research slowly comes to a varnishing and a working method where it is agreed and accepted even during violin competitions. Just see at the last competition in Cremona, where you can see that it was not varnished for purpose under the fingerboard, which I think it's very fancy. Question number 4 from today's questions and answer is, this is one of the places in the world that I do want to visit as a person who loves the violin. If my dream ever comes true, will I be able to enter the workshop to actually observe manufacturing of instruments? Of course! I'm here actually. I'm not now the tourist agent of Cremona. I cannot face all the visitors, but if you find my place, it's pretty hidden. You only have a door, and once you open it, it's like the temple of violin making. It's, I think more than 300 square meters with 6-7 people working. We're trying to do our best in our working hours from 9 to 12:30, and then we go for lunch. If you're nice, I go to lunch with you. And then from 2 o'clock to 6:30 in the evening, from Monday to Friday. Saturday morning, I'm running. Sunday, I'm home, okay? Except you want to buy a violin. Then I'm here even Saturday and Sunday, okay? I think it's definitely worth taking once in your life at least time to come to Cremona and see this. The building I'm sitting in here is a building which at the time of Stradivari was already close to 200 years old. Yeah, so for us it's more than normal. Come to Cremona. Last question for today. Thanks, Edgar. You mentioned that the fingerboard and neck should match in shape. Do you select the fingerboard first and shape that, then carve the neck to match? You are a maker, huh? Yes, definitely. I get my fingerboards from Germany. I don't save any money on fingerboards on the costs. Then the fingerboard itself is actually the measurement for your hand as a musician, right? So there are some measurements like the size of the neck up and the shape itself, where the tone is actually created, which has a specific shape. So once I have my fingerboard chosen and invested in the best wood, and I made it all the way through to make it very nice, then I put it on my neck, since I'm always making new instruments, and then I shape the neck around, which has also specific measurements and should be always the same measurement, okay? So the fingerboard is one thing, and I make it the best way I can do, okay? Don't do it too fast and think while you're making it, it's just black and nobody sees, okay? I dedicate more or less for a violin fingerboard 4 or 5 hours. And then I revise it completely at the end of the construction when the instrument is already varnished, okay? Because you wouldn't say so, but most people think because it is ebony, it is more stable, more strong than the maple. But actually, I think the ebony is moving much more than you could even imagine. Very good. So I hope this is not too much detail. My parents always say I talk too much. I'm really sorry, but I just want to get you to know everything as well, as perfect, as good as possible, okay? I hope you like this video, and if you like it, subscribe to my channel, tell to your friends, and just not to miss the next video, push the ring button. Bye bye.